Let's get to it. What's really good, and welcome back to another Friday Night Live with the Sanchez Show. As always, I'm your host, Legend of Two Games, host of the Sanchez Show. We get into it. I got thrown off there for a second, but Will Gordon will be joining me shortly. Vernon Brownlee will be joining me shortly, as we do every Friday night. We're giving you guys picks, and these are winners. We got a lot of questions as well. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Ron, Kyrie, Pooh. I see you guys, Javon. You guys been rocking on Sundays with me, Real Fans, Real Talk, and now you're joining on Friday, so I greatly appreciate it. We're going to get to all the questions right now. As I mentioned, Will Gordon will be joining shortly. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to The Sanchez Show over on Spotify as well as YouTube. Friday nights, 9 p.m. And then on Sundays at 7 p.m., we collab with Real Fans, Real Talks. We got a lot to get into. Let's get into some of these questions right now as we wait for Will Gordon to join. Kyrie, I'm going to throw your question up there first. Colorado is playing tonight at 10:30, I believe, is kickoff against Stanford. Colorado is favored by 11.5 points tonight. It's a game, very winnable game. What we've seen so far from Colorado is obviously they've been able to take advantage of some of the lesser opponents on their schedule. They struggled against Oregon and USC as expected. This is Dion's first year with that team. A lot of transfer portal guys there, so you expect that to happen. But I think Colorado handles business tonight. I actually have them on a ticket as well. You guys know I like to place my bets. King Mac, shout out to King Mac. Can the Broncos turn it around? Not this year. As you saw last night, their offense is terrible. They struggled again yesterday. Their defense probably looked the best it looked all year last night. But I don't know if that really was something that they could sustain. I think Kansas City kind of took their foot off the gas. Kansas City could have had 28 points in the first half if they really wanted to. Broncos are a bad team right now. Sean Payton has taken over a really bad situation. They've already traded Randy Gregory to the 49ers. Frank Clark is going to get cut from them now. So they don't have many building blocks on the defense. And then offensively, Russ does not look like the Russ from Seattle. So that's a bad situation for them right there. Shout out to Pooh. Said, I'm sorry. I'm fucking tired of Taylor Swift. Yeah, I think they really in love. She sure be hype hugging his mom and sisters. I'm tired of it too, Pooh. I think it's all publicity. We have yet to see them photographed out together. We only see her at the games. And then they had that video of them leaving the stadium after the first game she went to, but we haven't really seen them out and about together. So I don't know how true this romance really is. I also think that it's ironic that the news of this romance kind of broke on his podcast when his brother asked him the question about the rumor. And then from there, it kind of picked up steam. And I don't think it's real. I think it's all hype, but I'm tired of it too. I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift in general. So the fact that she's dating Travis Kelce does nothing for me. I don't give a fuck. Javon said, not too deep in on it, but the high school all-world baller, Mikey Williams. I seen he's in court. The kid had it all. I think a big NIL deal. Had much promise why you want to be in the hood. So yes, you're right on a couple points there, Javon. He had a big NIL deal, I believe like a $3 million deal already in place. He was set to go to Kentucky. And then this news broke about the gun charge. From what I hear, I don't know all the details about it. From what I hear, it is a self-defense case. So I don't know the details that led up to what happened and what led to him having to shoot somebody. So I don't want to go too hard about him being in the hood because that could have taken place anyway. He could have been at a party in an upscale neighborhood and things went left. But Mikey Williams could become a cautionary tale of, when you get too much fame and stardom too fast. We all know. You reach a certain level of success, you're going to have haters. You're going to have people that's going to come for you. You're going to have people who just not going to like the fact that it's you and not them. And Mikey Williams is still very young. Again, I don't know all the details surrounding what transpired that night, what led him to do what he did. But I do wish him the best because the kid has a promising future. I'm sorry, Memphis. I said Kentucky. My fault, James. You're right, Memphis. So I wish the best for him, man. But at the same time, if he fucked up that bad, he gonna get the punishment that come with it, man. I got Will Gordon text me. Give me 1 second, guys. Will Gordon will be joining shortly. Let's see what other questions we got here. Ron, I like that question. Kyrie, I'm gonna go to yours. This was the first one waiting. We know Will don't care for the WNBA, but the Aces up 2-0 and doing it in a dominant fashion. What's your thoughts so far? I always say regular season mean nothing. So I agree with you. The regular season does not mean much. Regular season obviously just sets the table for seeding and matchups in the playoffs, and you hope that you're healthy come playoff time. But the most I think I really think that the most troubling thing for the Liberty is they just haven't matched the intensity. The Las Vegas Aces, from that third quarter in game one on, they elevated and went to another level that the Liberty have not been able to go to. And that's why game one, though it was close at half, turned into a blowout. And game two was a complete blowout. Vegas ain't playing no games with them. And Vegas is on the cusp of another championship. For the Liberty, I don't think they can get back in the series. Now, they might be able to steal game three. Game three is this Sunday. I don't like the way the WNBA's had this mapped out, and I don't know if this is because they didn't want to compete with the NFL and with Major League Baseball playoffs. But we had game two on Wednesday. They had to wait all the way to Sunday for game three. That kind of breaks up the momentum that Vegas had already obtained. Game one was Sunday, game two was Wednesday. I thought that was already too long of a break. Now to wait another 4 days before you play again, it's unfair to Vegas. But right now, it doesn't look like it matters. I think Vegas is locked in and they're ready to go. So yeah, I wait for Will to give his response on that. But I think the intensity has been the biggest thing. I know with a lot of talent on both sides, Vegas star players have shown up, whereas the star players for the Liberty haven't really shown up. But to me, the intensity is the biggest thing I noticed it. Shout out to King Mac, man. Sam Howell, is he the answer? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. He's still young, very unproven. I think there's going to be a lot of moving parts in DC. I know we're going to get to them as we get to the picks tonight. They got a very winnable game this week in Atlanta, but I don't think he's the answer. He's still raw, but honestly, how how different is he from Tyler Haneke? They the same quarterback, I think. Gunslinging quarterbacks who can move around a little bit, make a couple of throws, but are they special enough to win you 10, 11, possibly 12 games in a division? Hell no. Are they good enough to win you a playoff game? Hell no. So is he the answer? No. Quite frank, Eric Bieniemy at some point, who I think is going to be the head coach, is going to have to do some soul searching and who they want as a quarterback. And I apologize, guys. I'm responding to Will right here as we're trying to get him on the live right now. Wimbenyama on TNT right now, killing. I buy the hype, but he said, I buy the hype, but he looks like the truth. Pop been molding him since Summer League. So Wimby's going to be very good. Obviously, the biggest issue with him is going to be health. Can his body hold up to, 82 game season? The physicality of the NBA game. That's really where it's going to come in. I don't think his skill set, we should be questioning it. He was playing at a high level over in Europe. He was being coached at a high level over in Europe. So I think he's going to be fine. But physically, can he hold up to the grind of an NBA season? That's going to be the telltale sign for him. And it may be a few years before he physically can handle an 82 game season. I think one of the things you're going to see this year from him are going to be a lot of peaks and valleys. Some nights he's going to look great. Other nights he's not going to shoot the ball well. He's going to struggle with the physicality. Some nights he's going to be able to dominate the paint. Other nights he's going to struggle in the paint. So all those things that come into play, and San Antonio knows that, but they have a generational piece that they're going to be building around for the next few years. Vern is going to be joining as well. Vern is going to be joining at 9:30. He's running a little late. He already told me. Will should be joining very shortly as well. But in the meantime, like I said, I'm going to continue to answer your questions before the guys join so we can get to the picks. King Mac is Scary Terry, a number one on another team. Yeah, but again, remember, it's 32 NFL teams. So you could be a number one on Denver. That doesn't mean you would be a number one on Philly. That doesn't mean you would be a number one on Buffalo. Same thing with Kansas City. Like, who's the number one receiver in Kansas City? Valdez-Scantling, right? Valdez-Scantling probably ain't the number one on nobody else's team. But in that scenario, he fits, and he's quote unquote the number one on the depth chart. So Scary Terry is a number one on another team. I think the better question is he a number one on a Super Bowl winning team? And that I don't think he is. I think he's a guy who can be a number one on a good playoff team. But if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, unless you have a Patrick Mahomes type quarterback, unless you have an elite level quarterback, a Joe Burrow type, a Patrick Mahomes, a Jalen Hurts type, I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with him being your number one. But he could definitely be a number one on a lot of teams. He would be number one on Carolina. He'd be number one in Denver. he would be number one. I mean, you can go down a bunch of lists. In New England, he'll be number one. So he could be a number one. I just don't think you can win a Super Bowl with him as your number one unless you have a great high level quarterback as your guy. Again, continue to send in the questions and comments, guys. Greatly appreciated. The guys will be joining me shortly. As always, we do Friday Night Live, 9 p.m. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. This episode will be over on Spotify on Sunday before the game start. And then Sunday at 7 p.m., Trip Young and myself, we do the collaboration episode, Real Fans, Real Talk, with the Sanchez Show. We break down and give our reactions at every game from Sunday, as well as our prediction for Sunday night. Tonight, if you're locked in, if you've been paying attention, last week, I apologize too. Last week, we didn't get to go live. I was down at Florida State. Shout out to Tallahassee. They showed a lot of love. I was out there for the Florida State Virginia Tech game. So I didn't get to go live Friday night, but I did go live Sunday morning before the game started so I can give you guys my picks. I hope you guys were paying attention. Hold on, man. What's going on here, Will? Gary, what's good, Gary? We're gonna get to that in a second too. But yeah, I gave my picks on Sunday before the game started. Last week was a phenomenal week. I went 11-3 against the spread. I mean, the games that we lost last week were very winnable games. I was off on the Commanders game. I didn't expect the Bears to play that well. I was slightly off on a Rams game. They hung tough early on, and then they faded in the second half. And then there was another game I was off on. I got to double check. I think it was the Sunday night game that I was off on. But we got to all that. Shout out to Gary, who's been rocking with us every Friday night. He said, I think your Colts going to land T. Higgins in free agency this offseason. I just see him in a blue and white. I would love that. I'm a big fan of T. Higgins. We do need a true number one. I like Michael Pittman. I really like the rookie Josh Downs. Josh Downs reminds me a lot of T.Y. Hilton when T.Y. first came to the Colts as far as an undersized, shifty receiver who could play out of the slot. Josh Downs, I saw a stat. He already has the most receptions through 5 games for a Colts rookie, better than Marvin Harrison had, better than Austin Collie had. So I like him a lot, but we do need a number one guy, and I think T. Higgins could be a number one guy. Anthony Richardson definitely needs a number one guy, so we like that as well. Another question from Gary here. Bengals ain't gonna pay him because they're gonna focus on getting Chase's bag, and they already paid Burrow. They have a few defensive key pieces. That's a great point. As you saw, they had to rework Mixon's deal this offseason to get him under the cap. They lost Jesse Bates, who was their star safety 2 seasons ago when they went to the Super Bowl. So they've already had to rework some deals. They're going to have to restructure a couple guys to be able to get Chase his money, especially with Burrow's money kicking in already. So they're going to have some tough decisions to make. I think what they'll try to do is cut Tyler Boyd first. He'll be a vet cap casualty, and they'll try to get rid of him first. They'll try to rework another deal and see if they can keep T. Higgins along with Chase and get those guys together. But if you look at the Bengals team over the last 2 years, they have had to lose a couple guys that were key contributors to that Super Bowl team a couple years ago. And I think that now they're paying for it a little bit. The team isn't as deep as they were a couple years ago. The team isn't as talented. Still some good guys there, but not as deep or as talented as the Super Bowl run from a couple years ago. Gary also said, but y'all can snag Mike Evans on a nice deal. Only thing with Mike Evans is Mike Evans got a lot of miles on him at this point. And Mike Evans is a really good veteran receiver. I don't know if he would fit in with the Colts at this point. So that part to me, I don't know if it really makes sense there. Let's see what else we got. It should be, yeah, Pooh. If you're on my page, you should see the link up there because I shared it earlier. I shared it like an hour before we started. So it should be up there. Let's see what we got here. Having this conversation earlier, but I don't think Mahomes been playing like his usual self, as in the big plays. Haven't seen there. Not saying he's been bad. It's a great point, King Mac, and I agree. The biggest difference is this Kansas City defense can't take the top off the defense the way they once did. You know, the days of Tyreek and Mecole Hardman, those are long gone. They got a lot of young, inexperienced receivers. As I mentioned, on the depth chart, the number one guy is Valdez-Scantling, who's a good veteran receiver, but he's not a true number one. You look at Rashee Rice, you look at Skylar Gray, you look at some of these young guys they have there, Kadarius Toney. It's a lot of inexperience there. So they don't stretch the defense the way they once did. That's a problem. Will, I text you the link, bro. Look at your text. I just texted you again, and I sent it to your email, Will. Let me text this guy. But yeah, that's the trouble. So at some point, I think it will become an issue for Kansas City because you saw when Detroit played them opening night. Detroit, granted, no Travis Kelce that night, but Detroit played a tough, physical man-to-man type defense and forced Mahomes to make some tougher throws. The turnovers are a little high. That's a little concerning for Mahomes. They run the ball a little better, but they don't take the top off the defense the way they once did. They need these young receivers to step up. So King Mac, I do agree with that as well. Pooh, as I mentioned, yeah, it's up there on Facebook now. Gary, in regards to the Colts, I think y'all be fine with Minshew, though he has shown confidence. It hasn't looked bad in what I've watched, but you probably see him more than I have. So Minshew is a guy who I always kind of like. I got to see him a little bit firsthand when he was with the Jags because we would play him twice a year. He is a true gunslinging quarterback. He'll make a couple bad throws. He'll make a couple questionable decisions. But overall, because he's so confident in this offense, he's going to play pretty well. I got to see him firsthand when they played the Ravens at M&T Stadium. I like the way they run the offense. The biggest, I think the biggest help for Minshew is the running game. You saw it last week with Zach Moss, who had another really good game. And now that they get Jonathan Taylor back, now they have this kind of two-headed monster where they can run the ball, play ball control offense, and they don't have to force much of the passing game. And then when they do throw, you got physical receivers like Michael Pittman, like Josh Downs, who I mentioned, who can get open. So they do just enough offensively. The defense of the Colts is better than I think people realize. And I've been talking about that since week one. Zaire Franklin, who's leading the league in tackles, again, this defense is better than people realize. Cornerback and at linebacker. They know about DeForest Buckner. Kwity Paye has been a little better pass rusher than I thought he was going to be. I was a little disappointed that we didn't address the defensive end position, but Kwity Paye has played well. So I can't be too mad there. But I think Minshew will be fine. And Gary said, let the rookie rest. He's confident. Well, he's at least going to be out 4 weeks at the very least. We got Will Gordon in the building. But yeah, he's definitely going to be gone for at least 4 weeks. Will, what's going on, man?
What it do, baby?
I was waiting for you, man.
Sorry, man. I was sitting here. The connection was kind of shaky tonight, man. I've been waiting.
All right,
but I'm in here. What up?
Yes, sir. We're gonna get to it. And Pooh, yes.
What it do, baby?
I'm gonna save that question, Pooh. I like that one. We're gonna get to that one.
Where counsel at?
Vern just texted me as well. He told me ahead of time he was running a little late, but I wanted to start at 9 o'clock because we already had questions coming in. So I wanted to get to it. We got a lot of people in the chat box. We got a lot of people paying attention and viewing. So again, you could be anywhere in the world on a Friday night, but you're rocking with us. I greatly appreciate it. Now, Will, I wanted to start off by apologizing to you because the last couple of weeks I couldn't get into the zone like I normally do because of my work schedule. But you know how we always kick off a show.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me okay? Or do I need to get my
Nah, you good.
My Bluetooth in.
You good?
You good?
Yep.
Okay. Bet.
Hey, Pooh got jokes for you too, Will.
Wait, Will. Hey, I'm not even going to comment on that.
Hey, and the other question, Pooh, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save till we have Vern on as well on here. Gary said Zach Moss, third in the league, I believe, in rushing yards, killing in my fantasy. Him and Brees Hall have been clutch. Absolutely. I think Zach Moss has been amazing for the Colts. Now that they get Jonathan Taylor, they're able to, again, use the two-headed monster, save the legs a little bit, and they're going to be good. I think the Colts team was better, and I said all along, I thought they were a little better than people realized. Granted, the division isn't the strongest, so they're going to be able to get fat on some of these teams, like last week with the Titans, and a couple weeks they get the Texans again, but they're going to be all right.
Yeah, we good. So we clinking tonight?
Yes, sir.
Or not?
No. Yeah.
We clinking tonight? You ain't got to work tomorrow?
I do, but I'm making sacrifices tonight, man. Let's go.
Clink.
Let's go. Jay Knight said, my question is, I saw ESPN wrote to say Sam Howell is a franchise quarterback. What do you think? Will, I just spoke on Sam Howell, but I'm going to get into it again. Will, go ahead. I'll let you kick that one off.
About who?
Sam
Howell? That dude is a backup quarterback that's trying to wear a starting quarterback's uniform right now. He's a backup. He was drafted in the 5th round. He was trash at North Carolina once his so-called weapons left, and the dudes that was supposed to be his weapons are trash in the NFL. But they putting their faith in him as being a starting quarterback in the NFL. Ain't no way, bro. Sam Howell's trash. I'm sorry, Washington fans. That must be a Washington fan that was asking that question, because who the fuck gives a damn about Sam Howell
I think
except
that's
for anybody outside of
well,
Washington?
he said, "Don't ask you because you're a Washington hater." I think that's Jake.
I'm not
Jake.
a hater. I'm
That's
just
Jake
I'm
Kilgore.
a realist.
Nah, listen.
I'm
I'm
a
gonna say this.
realist.
I'm gonna say this. Hold on. First of all, uh, franchise quarterback. There's 32 NFL teams, so every starting quarterback technically is a franchise quarterback, right? So that ain't really saying much. Um, is he a guy that you're building a title contender around? Hell no. Like I mentioned earlier,
Hell,
is he not Heineke reincarnated? Is he not the same type of player?
he's basically the same dude, man. Listen, Washington fan. I'm guessing that question came from a Washington fan. That's what I'm gonna guess.
That's Jake
Because who the
Kilgore.
fuck else cares about Sam Howell?
Listen. Um,
So I'm gonna guess
and
that was from a Washington fan.
yeah, but it's
Nobody
all good.
cares about Sam Howell. And guess what? Your head coach is garbage.
Well,
He had
it's
one good
who
season
else?
in his whole career.
We had somebody else ask about about Sam Howell, King Mac, and I said the same thing. I said I don't think he's the long term answer. He's a guy who fits right now, but if you're trying to win, if the goal is to win, he's not your guy. Um, Will, before we get to NFL, because I like this question, Ron have put a good question in the chat. I'm getting to it right now, Ron. Give me 1 second. Where he put it at? He was talking about the top 10 list that ESPN put out for NBA upcoming season. Here it goes. You see the question up there. Any issues with the list? I got an issue with the list, but Will, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start first. I definitely have an issue with it though.
I haven't even seen it.
So the list goes: Giannis 1, Joker 2, and B 3, Luca 4, Curry 5, Tatum, Durant, Shea Gilgeous, Braun, and AD.
They got Luca where?
4.
Yeah, that's major cap, because that's not the thing at all. There's no way that Luca. You think Luca Doncic? Who thinks Luca's better than Kevin Durant? Do
I'll let him
you?
comment. I damn
Do
sure
you?
don't. Like no, like I said, I got major issues with the list. So
See, what is this? The ESPN list?
this the ESPN
It's
list.
got to be an ESPN list that you're telling me about.
Yep.
Fuck ESPN, man. I'm so tired of ESPN being the standard, quote unquote, about how sports is supposed to be, because it's so capped. It's like it's all politics with ESPN. It's no way. Like, how can you tell me anything basketball wise that Luka Doncic is better than Kevin Durant? Where? What part of Luka Doncic's game puts him above Kevin Durant? I'm gonna just leave it to those two players. What part of his game tells you his game is better than Kevin Durant? Durant's, first of all, is a walking bucket. He can score from anywhere. He's 10 inches taller, and he can get his shot from anywhere. Now, Luka, I feel like it's making me hate on Luka, but Luka is good. But it's no way that you can tell me that Kevin Durant is 3 spots down from Luka Doncic. Like, in what world? Yo, like, at some point you gotta just stick to hoops. And like, I don't think these prognosticators are looking at hoops. it's because they don't know it. They don't know hoops. A lot of them never. And I'm not that guy to say, "Oh, well, you never played." You
I
know
think
what I mean?
that's a corny argument when anybody says that anyway.
But you know how people say, "Oh, well, you never played," or blah blah blah. I don't want to go there because
That's
like when we talk football, I never played high level football or anything like that.
I didn't
But
either. I played
I
high
can.
school football. That's the highest I went. High school football.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I can observe it. You know what I'm saying?
I always say
But
that's a
when it
corny
comes to
argument.
hoops,
That's a corny argument anybody that ever uses anyway, because some of the greatest head coaches never played at a high level. What what
yeah, yeah.
what
But
team
when it
Greg
comes, but I take this
wait,
personal,
hold on. What team Greg Popovich played for?
right? That's a
So
great
like,
point.
you know what I'm saying? Like
That's a great point.
you don't have to play at a high level to know the game. You can know the game and never played. What team Eric Spoelstra played for?
Great point.
So
He
what
grinded.
right, whenever somebody says that, like to me, that's a weak ass excuse. If you Anybody
But
who loves the game has played at some level. Now, did you play at the highest level? Probably not. That doesn't mean you don't know the game.
this I take personal because I did play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So this I take this a little I take this a little personal. You know what I'm saying? Because I played AAU basketball in PG County, Maryland, which is one of the best uh best areas for hoops. You know what I'm saying? I didn't excel, but you know what I'm saying? I was there. It's no way in hell that you're gonna try to tell me that, man. That's
But
just
the list is flawed
that's
in a lot of ways.
blasphemy.
The list is flawed in a lot of ways. And Ron, I'm gonna get to that right now. Um, this is where the list is flawed in so many ways. They make these lists, right? And I always ask, what's the criteria that we're using? Are we going off of last year's performance heading into this season? Or are we going technically like the last 5 years? Because why is AD top 10? What has AD done over the last 3 years that puts him in the top 10? So that's where I start first.
Wait, what did he ask? I'm seeing this
No,
question. Sanchez.
he said, so both of y'all do y'all top 10. Where did the list go wrong? Where what would we change about the list? My thing is the criteria
What
first and
list? The
foremost.
NBA list?
Yeah, the top 10 list that we just talking about, Will. The criteria,
Um,
what are we basing it off of? That's my first question. Because if we basing it off last year's performance going into the next season, there's no way AD should be top 10. That's first. Secondly, what has Luka done to put him ahead of Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant?
nothing.
And then the number one flaw, of the list already is anybody who watched basketball last year, we all came away with the same impression that the Joker should have been the 3-time MVP and the Joker was the best player in the league. And yet he's not number one on the list. How is the Joker not number one on the list? You talking about a guy that everybody across the board feels like should have been the 3-time MVP of the league. Jay saying AD won a chip within the last 3 years. Yeah, he won a chip within the last 3 years, but AD also hasn't been able to stay on the court for half a season within the
Wait,
last 3 years.
are we talking about the bubble chip?
Right, but even still, that does not put you in the top 10. AD should not be in the top 10 over Donovan Mitchell, over Devin Booker. There's several guys I think who are more worthy to be in the top 10 than AD. So the list is flawed. Ron says, should Booker replace Shea Gilgeous? Hell no. Shea Gilgeous was first team All NBA last year. Shea Gilgeous is one of the bright young stars of the game. Shea Gilgeous deserves to be on the top 10. Kid Max said,
Absolutely. He's a hooper.
Joker
Like
game is boring. It don't matter.
he's in Oklahoma City where there's not really a lot around him. But if you know basketball, that dude is a hooper.
Right.
Like you could put him on any other team in the league and that will take them to the next level. That dude is ready.
Right. So there's other dudes who I think were worthy of that 10th spot over AD. And to Jay's point, just because he won a chip 3 years ago doesn't mean he should be a top 10 player right now. He ain't shown nothing over the last 3 years to be worthy of a top 10 spot in the league. There's young guys who out there putting in more work that AD has put in over the last 3 years. And if and so
And
Will
going
and Will,
forward, Going forward, he's only going to give you what? How many games a year? See, that's a problem.
40,
How many
45.
games a year is he going to give you? 30, 40?
Listen, King Max said Joker game is boring. It don't matter if his game is boring. That's not what the
Yeah,
list is. That's not what the list is about. The list is about the best players in the
his game.
game, and the Joker is
Hold
the
up.
best player in the
I
game.
need to address him.
Talk to him.
Who said that? King
King
Mac.
Mac. Talk to him.
I need to address you, bro. His game ain't boring. His game is thorough and consistent. If that's boring to you, then watch something else. His game is thorough and consistent. And it's been that. It's been that the last 5 years. He gets it done. And it's not flashy.
It don't have
That's
to be
that's what
flashy.
you're trying to say. His
Yeah, but
game's not flashy.
that's not. But that's not
But
what. Again,
why you if you want flash, go to YouTube and look at highlights. But that dude
again,
gets it done. But if
this is
you
what I'm
want
saying.
flash, go to YouTube and look at these dudes dunk highlights and whatever. Um the Joker is a problem, and he's been a problem, and he's gonna be a problem until he hangs it up. It's not about being flashy. It's about getting results.
He
But I
said.
mean, it depends on what you want.
Now he
Do you
said.
want
Hold on. Wait. Hold
um
on. He said, "It's boring as in Flash." Isn't that? I don't think he's a bad. He's bad by any means. But that's right. I'm saying that's this what I mean, though, right? The list. What is the criteria that they're using to create this list? That's always been my question, because I still would like to know how. If we're talking about what you did last year and what we expect you to do this year, AD did not make any All NBA teams last year. AD has not played more than 55 games in a season since the bubble season. So what criteria makes it that AD can be a top 10 player, but Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker aren't top 10? And to use hold on, and to use one of your logic, Will, which I love as well. If we line them up on a baseline, I think Dame Lillard is better than AD. So how isn't Dame then top 10?
I can't put AD in that just because of his he does not show up all season. He plays minimal games,
Mm-hmm.
and if he's the player that you think he's supposed to be, the Lakers should be way better. He might be the most overrated player in the league. Like ain't nobody checking for AD.
Listen, AD was the first name that stuck
Who's
out to me.
scared of AD?
The AD was the first name that stuck out to me. AD was the first name that stuck out to me. That's like, there's no way that you comprise the list and AD is number 10 on the list. There are other dudes who have better seasons last year and who have had better seasons the last 2 seasons than AD. AD is not a top 10 player. And to me, like I said, you got to flip. I like Embiid, but Embiid is not better than the Joker. He's not.
Nope.
So
The
you
Joker
can't
is a
tell me
beast.
Embiid is right. Embiid is, I mean, I'm
And,
sorry,
and, and, and you
Giannis.
know what?
I said Embiid.
This
I
is
meant
the
Giannis.
thing. This is the thing. If the Joker was black, everybody would be on him. Let's just keep that above. It's if the Joker was black, everybody be on him. But he's a doughy white boy from wherever he's from. I don't even know what country he's from. You know
He's
where he's
from.
from?
He not from. Is he from Serbia?
Look, you don't even know where he's from.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows where he's from.
Hey,
He's just a
Vern, hold
doughy
on.
white boy
Vern, I sent
that's
you.
out
Vern, I
here
sent you a
just
link.
hooping.
Vern, I sent
He's
you the
just a
link. Check the
hooper.
link. Shout out to
People
Javon.
need to just realize he's a hooper.
That's what he is, man.
He gets it done. You know what I'm saying? He
Hold on.
gets
Will,
it done.
we got a couple questions. Javon passed it. So the first one, he go, where would y'all put John Morant? Top 15?
Yeah,
I think he's more top 20. I don't know if I put him top 15.
he's right in that range, I would say. He's in that range. But are you gonna be on the court or are you gonna be on uh Instagram? That's
He's
my problem with John Morant. Like you trying to be doing it for the gram, or you trying to do it for the hoops?
Vern. I just sent you the link twice. Check your text messages. So that's the first part. I think he's top 20. I think top 15 is a bit of a stretch. Again, you still got a lot of good players at that next tier. Let's be honest though too, and a lot of people don't want to admit this. John Morant is a fan favorite. Will, do you think John Morant is better than De'Aaron Fox? Because I don't.
No, he's not better than De'Aaron Fox. He's not better than Shea
Shea
Gilgeous.
Gilgeous, yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on.
not at
Don't fuck up
all.
the name.
Like,
Hold on.
yeah,
You just
he's.
butchered that name. You just
I
you just
did Shea. I go like blah blah blah.
straight butchered that shit. But
Yeah, he ain't better than him either. Whatever, however it come out my mouth. Pause.
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 You gotta
Big
relax.
pause.
You gotta
Big
relax.
pause on that. But at the same
I like
time, I don't think he's better than either one of them.
Will. You gonna like this
So
question? Javon?
I mean, does he have the ability and the athleticism to be that guy?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. But does he have the mindset to be that guy? That's what it comes down to. And I don't think he has the mindset yet.
I think you're gonna like this question, Will. Javon put up that this might hurt people, but I thought last few years LeBron's big numbers don't have impact no more. I take Bron and AD out of the top 10. I don't think you're crazy for that. Be honest. And Pooh even mentioned she said she got Bron 11th or 12th at best. I don't think that's crazy. Yeah, I don't think that's crazy.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to both of y'all. I don't doubt that at all, because I'm not a LeBron caper. So the way I break down the game is the way you play it. And I really think LeBron is, even all time. I'm gonna just break it down all time. Even we not even talking about the 2023 season. I put LeBron at like 11th all time. Period. Sorry, folks. It's a lot of people that want to, put him up on the upper echelon. Nah. So I agree with y'all. Even on this season, look, if you're playing LeBron on 10th, 11th, 12th this season, it's no way you're putting him higher than that in the higher echelon of the NBA history.
No, that's not true. I don't agree with that.
It's no way. It's no way.
Will, this is 21st season in the league. If he's 11
I
for
don't
12
care.
now,
So
hold on. Listen what I'm about to say, Will. If you putting him 11 for 12 this season, that's just based on where he's at right now in his career. This isn't the peak LeBron at year 21. So let's not act like because we're putting him at 11 for 12 now that's where he's been his whole career. This isn't peak Braun right now.
Shout out to for the love of the game where we first linked up.
Absolutely.
I've been saying LeBron is like 11th. You can go back 3 years and document where I said that. Because, I mean, being 11th in the league of all time is, how many dudes would play in the NBA in their whole careers?
Thousands.
How many dudes play NBA?
Thousands.
Over 1,000, right?
Will. First of all, Will, you and
I'm just asking you, how many dudes would play in the NBA?
Thousands of guys have played in NBA.
And I put him 11th. That's not an insult.
Nobody said it's an insult, but it's also, but it's almost a knock at the resume. The resume is strong, Will. There ain't many guys who got a stronger resume than LeBron James.
If I'm this, like, how we talk about the.
So hold on. Let me ask you a question.
No. Let me ask you this. Ask you this first. So we talk about the baseline.
Vern, I sent you the link again, Vern. I sent you the link again. Go ahead.
We talk about the baseline dudes, right?
Baseline. Yep.
if you lined up on the baseline, who you picking?
Line them up. Mm-hmm.
Who you want? I mean, he's physical, but to me, which most people might disagree, I'd rather have Larry Bird.
No.
You know why? Larry Bird was he was tougher. Physically, no, because the physicality wasn't that at that time. Mentally, what was going on? I take Larry Bird 10 times out of 10 over LeBron James. You think about guys like Magic Johnson.
See, now you're gonna make me play devil's advocate here because as I always say, Vern, we finally got Vern in the building. We're gonna get Vern on here real quick.
Where the counselor at? Is the counselor in the building? Hold on, I'm gonna slow down and let the counselor enter.
You see, he got all the law books back
there. The counselor.
Hey, Will, right here.
What up, counselor?
I'm gonna get you one of these, Will, to add to your collection.
What is that? Oh, because I flex, bruh. I flex. What up, counselor?
What's going on?
Let me ask you, hold on, Will. Let me ask you this question. And Vern, we're gonna get you involved in this conversation as well. And then we're gonna get to the pick shortly. Shout out to the comment section. The comment section's been going live all night, so we greatly appreciate it. But Will, and I always say this, a lot of these other guys we put ahead of Braun, we got to be realistic and look at what they walked into. Bird walked into a situation where he was playing with 3 other Hall of Famers.
Larry Bird?
Yeah.
What other Hall of Famers are you talking about?
Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson. Those guys ain't
Kevin McHale came off the bench, bro. See that's some shit a lot of people don't realize.
Kevin McHale
came off the fucking bench.
Kevin McHale came off the bench?
Yes.
So who started?
He did not start for them.
Who started over
He was a bench player.
Who started
Kevin
over Kevin McHale?
Came off the bench.
Who started over Kevin McHale on the Celtics?
I don't know, but he came off the bench. I know he came off the damn bench.
You're thinking Bill Walton. You're thinking Bill Walton. You're thinking Bill Walton. Bill Walton came off the bench.
Kevin McHale came off the bench. I promise you.
Did not come off the bench, bro.
Eric, I promise you. I promise you.
Man. Vern, speak to your
Look it up.
I'm done with Will. I can't.
Vern. Kevin McHale did not come off the bench.
He came off the bench.
No, he did not.
I'm telling you, man. How old are you? Eric?
I'm 40. You mixing up your white boys.
Bro,
you know
see, that's where you missing.
Bill Walton came off the bench.
He came off the bench.
Oh my God. No, he did not.
Hold on. I just got a question. So
that's one of the most misconstrued arguments in sports history. Kevin McHale came off the bench. I'm telling y'all.
Will,
he never started. Like when it was that run, he did not start. He was coming off the bench.
Ron,
I promise.
He said,
I promise.
Ron just said McHale started 40 years. He started 4 years there as a starter there. Maybe early in his career he was coming off the bench, but he was a starter during most of that championship run.
Well, are you saying that if we got 4 of the same players and you had to add another player to the team, you're saying you're going to add Larry Bird over LeBron James? So you got 4 of the same players. You can add one other player. You got LeBron or Larry Bird. You're going to add Larry Bird over LeBron James.
Yes. Because I mean, we're not talking about. I mean, yeah, LeBron can dunk, okay. But see the thing. Say if they was playing one. All right. Let me break it down like this. If Larry Bird played LeBron James one-on-one,
we're gonna spend way too much time on this because we already know. I mean, Will is stuck in his ways. Ron said he didn't start right away.
I'm stuck in my ways.
Correct.
I'm an old dude.
So Ron. No, I'm just saying. I said you're stuck in that opinion. You're not. We know you're not going to budge off how you feel about Braun.
Yeah.
But I put him 11th of all time. That's great. That's awesome. If you're the 11th best player in the history of the NBA, that's great, and that's where I got him.
So Ron put
It's
the comment
been
up here.
thousands of,
Hold
like you
on.
said, it's been thousands of players that played in the NBA, and if I put LeBron 11th, why is that so disrespectful? Like
Nobody.
yo,
We're
it's
not
been
saying.
multiple
I'm not.
thousand players that's played, and you're 11th on my list.
I'm
Why
not.
is that so disrespectful?
I'm not saying it's disrespectful. I just think that it's low. So
Where
Ron
should he be
Ross,
on your list?
I told you, to me, I have Braun as the top 5 guy of all time.
Where?
I would have him third. I would have him right behind Mike and Kareem.
You think he's better than Kobe?
Yes, his resume is stronger than Kobe. His resume is stronger than Kobe.
No,
His
fuck
resume is
that
stronger
shit.
than Kobe. And I love Kobe. His resume is stronger than Kobe.
We need to do a whole episode on LeBron versus the world. Because there's no way I'm putting him in front of Kobe Bryant. There's no way I'm doing that ever in life.
Hold on. Ron, to your point, he did not start right away. But you're talking about a guy who had a 13-year NBA career, and he started for 9 of those years. So
Kobe didn't get on the court for like 2 or 3 years.
You're not talking about Kobe. I'm responding to this question, bro.
I'm saying overall. See, we need to do a whole episode on this. You know what I'm saying? We might need to do like a midweek episode on this shit.
We could do a midweek episode. And I love Kobe.
Is better than LeBron in my opinion.
Skill set.
And I got the receipts.
Vern, let me ask Vern this. My opinion is Kobe's skill set was better than than LeBron. But LeBron's resume is stronger than Kobe.
LeBron's a better player.
When you say that, what do you mean resume?
LeBron's a better.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on, Will. How many? Just for clarification, we know the number. How many finals did Kobe go to?
Kobe got 5 rings.
No. Just follow along with me. NBA finals that Kobe played in, right? He went to 7 NBA finals. On 4 of those finals, he wasn't even the best player on the team.
What else? You trying to tell me now? I mean, Shaq in the first 2, he was a beast. Now you trying to tell me that Pau Gasol was better than Kobe?
Shaq left.
I never said Pau.
No. What are you referring to?
Shaq and Kobe played in 4 finals together. Shaq was the best player on all 4 of those teams.
Yes. Not even close.
Shaq was the best player and the most dominant player in the league, all 4 of those teams. LeBron there's no team you can find, no matter how you feel about LeBron.
So when Kobe went and got championships without Shaq, who was the best player?
Kobe.
It will answer me.
What are we talking about?
But
my point is, there is no finals team you can find where Bron wasn't the best player on his team. Kobe got the
LeBron James lost to Jason Terry.
He did. That's why Bron can never be number 1.
They swept Kobe Bryant that year. If I remember. They swept Kobe Bryant that was playing on the Lakers. I mean, they did, didn't they? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Will. Jason Terry, Derek Winston swept the Lakers. They did. They swept them.
Who was injured that year?
Explain to me why.
Yo, we need a whole episode just about that.
To me why.
All right, look.
Hold on.
Let's agree to this. Let's agree to disagree.
We're gonna agree,
and we'll revisit it. Is that cool?
We're gonna agree to disagree because I already see the comment section. People, they want the picks. They want the money. They want to know where the money's at.
They want the money. Yeah, we got the money for them too. But yeah, we gonna agree to disagree, and we gonna revisit this because that might need to be a whole show in itself. I can't believe y'all talking about Kobe.
So I saw a few names on the list I don't agree with, like Shai.
Shai Gilgeous is tough, bro. Shai is tough.
No, how can he be? He
was first team All NBA.
He has no playoff resume whatsoever. To me, you have to do something in the. I mean, he has no playoff resume to me. He's not. To me, he's not a top 10. I mean, he's just not a top 10 player. I mean, I guess Luka, but Luka the same thing. I think Luka's too high. I mean, I think he'd be top 10, but I think he's too high. What has Luka done? To me, Luka's a one-way player. To me,
that list is trash.
To be where he is, you have to be, in my opinion, dominant on both sides, carrying your team consistently to the Western Conference Finals. Luka is, I mean, he's a great awesome player. He's gonna put up 40. He's gonna get triple doubles, but his team ultimately is not gonna win. Is not gonna win because I feel as though his defense is a liability, and in the playoffs he gets exposed. Jokic was the same way until about 2 years ago. So he needs to go and improve on the game. But to be honest with you, when I looked at the list, I realized how bad a shape the NBA is in. You have a lot of people in the top 10, to me, that don't really have a lot of respect. A lot of people don't really know. I think that Giannis should be the number one player, though, for sure.
Why should Giannis be above the Joker?
So that's close. I mean, you can put Joker. I mean, to me, you can flip him. You can flip him. I mean, I think it's really about your preference in the team that you build around him. I think with this pick and roll with Dame Lillard, I'm excited to see where that goes. But to me, if I'm building a team, I would take Giannis over Jokic right now. I just would. I mean, I think I can use him more in different ways with the right setup and the right cast of players.
To me, I think we all came away from this past season looking at Joker as not only the best player, but probably the guy who should have been 3-time MVP. So to me, he should be number one.
That's fair, but I disagree with you.
That's fine. Ron wants to know where we got Kyrie. I don't have Kyrie in the top 20. He's not in the top
Kyrie Irving.
Hey down.
He not top 20.
Next.
King Mac. He goes, wait, is Kawhi top 10? I don't think he is. He's not top 10.
He don't play.
For sure.
And Kyrie,
he be at the crib. Like
he already said he don't play. So
Kyrie already beat us to it because Kyrie put that in the comment section. You say he don't play enough, homie. He don't. You can't be a top 10 player.
If you play 30 games a year, I don't got no time for you.
Kawhi playing a high school schedule. He only playing 30 games. That's it. He don't know about the rest of them.
Right.
King Mac said he overrated in my opinion. I guess I'm assuming you're talking about Kyrie. I'm not sure you're talking about King Mac there, but let's get to the picks.
Let's get in it.
Because I was flooding.
The counselor's here.
I was flooding Verb with text messages all week because I was hot, baby.
Y'all been on fire.
I was hot, baby.
Fire boys on.
Listen, we go.
Y'all been on fire, man. Y'all been fucking killing it right now.
Oh, hold on. There was a question that came through. Kyrie, thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna post it though from Pooh because she was the first person that put it up here. Let me get to the question.
Oh, ladies first for sure.
Yeah, and she not only that, but she when she put the question in there, she said, "I'm gonna wait till all of you guys are online for this one." So I'm just gonna put a question up.
Where's she at? What's she on?
Where is that? Here we go. Yeah. She said, ask this when Will and Vern on thoughts on Jada Pinkett. That's saying Tupac asked her to marry him back when he was in jail.
What? Hold on. What did it say?
Beat the question.
Thoughts on Jada Pinkett.
I'm gonna refresh my drink. I'm gonna refresh my beverage.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, Will, kick that one off, Will. Kick that one off, Will.
All right. Can I go there first?
Go first. I just refreshed my beverage.
Because I already got my opinion on that. Because I've seen it.
Yeah.
I already seen it. Being a Maryland dude, I'm from Maryland. Not Maryland. I'm from Maryland. You know what I'm saying? And Jada, she on that Baltimore, Bama shit. So is Tupac. But that's reckless as fuck. Like, why is this even a conversation right now? Oh, because the dude that was accused of killing him is now locked up. So now it's a new conversation for you. You know what I'm saying? Jada, you could have been out here in the beginning. But instead you got Will out here smacking motherfuckers for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You out here being reckless as shit, trying to take you got the red table. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no table. We all got our three, zones. We ain't even on no red table. You just out here trying to take you know what I'm saying, some popularity and whatnot. And we ain't on that. We ain't on that. Like you just out here on some BS. And if you did if he did propose to you, why was it at the level that he could propose to you? You see what I'm saying? Like he shouldn't have been. If you about Will at that time, I hated that's my name, but if you about Will at that time, why was it even an open opportunity for you to propose? I mean, for Pac to propose. You know what I'm
We
saying?
oh,
Like,
we can get to that
why
too.
was
Yeah,
it
it's a
so
lot to get
open
into.
for
Yeah,
that?
she
It
always
shouldn't even been an open opportunity for that.
nah.
Like you left it
Remember
open
when Randy
for him.
Moss?
That's some BS.
Remember when Randy Moss used to do this? It's always wide open. We know
Like it
history
shouldn't even
says
been the space for that.
it's always,
Though, you
it's
know what I'm
always open.
saying? Like if you was about Will, then it shouldn't have been no opportunity for him to propose. So like I don't rock with Jada at all. But at the same time, I'm not putting that on Will or Pac. I'm putting it all on Jada. She's the definition of a toxic relationship. But they try to put it on the men. When they talk about toxic relationships, they put it on us. And I feel like now the evidence is she was the one being toxic.
Listen, shout out to the comment section. The comment section is on fire right now. Vern, go ahead, Vern. Before we
Man,
get to the picks, let's get to
yeah,
this right here.
it's on Will. I mean, I
Yeah,
think
we haven't even got any picks. It's
it gotta be on Will.
almost 10 o'clock.
It gotta be on Will. Will knew and should have known that Jada was never about him. Everything we've ever seen from Jada, from when their relationship became public, has been her disrespecting him in the public. Literally just disrespecting him. I mean, we have to go back and count all the times. I don't know why Will feels the way that he does about Jada. He had to know. They've been in an open relationship or separated since 2016, but however they're doing it. But to be honest, I think did she just write a book or something like that? She might need some book sales. Also, she's taking advantage of that, what Will said. She's taking advantage of the spotlight that Tupac is now in because of the new arrest, etc. Diddy, whatever. But if I'm Will, I don't understand how I take that much disrespect and not be doing the same thing. Like, he out here getting played, and I just don't get it. Like, it just wouldn't be me. Like, that's just me. Like, if you go, okay,
Absolutely.
watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put out a tape, and I'm running everybody. Nah,
Vern basically said you better than me.
not a chance.
Will, remember, like, I want to say maybe like 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, we did like an MC list. Who's our favorite rappers?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Who was number one? Who we had number one on ours?
On my rapper joint?
Yeah.
It's probably Jay.
Jay, right? So remember when Jay said, "Ladies love me long time like Tupac soul"?
That's where it came from.
That's what he was talking about. This is what he was talking about. He was talking about Jada because this way it get crazy, right? This what he was talking about because this way it get crazy, right? So Jada come out now and say, "Oh, he proposed to me while he was in jail," right?
For sure.
Take it another level. Remember when the rumors came out, like maybe within the last year or two, that their daughter Willow used to write letters to Tupac soul, like "My mother still misses you.
Yeah.
She wish you was here." Like, that shit is crazy in itself. Like, imagine if I'm Will Smith and I find out my daughter is writing letters to a dead motherfucker,
To a dead rapper
that she never met
that my
before.
mom used to bang.
Strong enough.
That my mother got all these, that my wife got all these hugged up pictures with. Shit would have ended back then. But Will, for whatever reason,
it wasn't just pictures, bro. Pac hit that shit.
You know Pac hit. He had to hit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
bro.
People be like,
I
yo,
need hold on.
maybe.
I need Pooh. There might be other ladies in the comment section, but Pooh, I know you comment on the regular, so Pooh, you got to comment.
Pac was on a different world.
What? But hold on, I need to hear from the ladies on this one, because how strong of a connection you got to have with a dude that you still talking to him after he's dead. The rumor is they be having seances where they be praying to Tupac. Pac been dead for 30 years, bro.
Yep.
30 years, and she's still praying to Pac and writing Pac letters.
Still on it.
So it was nothing Will could have ever done. There was nothing Will could have ever done. It was a wrap. She was in love with Pac, and that's who Jay was talking about. When Jay said, "Ladies love me long time like Tupac," so he was talking about Jada. We just ain't know it at the time, but now it's full circle. We know what it was. That's it. I hope somebody loved me that much that they praying to me 30 years after I pass. I hope. That's all I can hope for. That's wild. Let's get to some NFL picks though.
Let's get into the picks, boys. That's what everybody tuned in for.
Everybody tune in. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you're trying to make money this weekend, you need to follow the picks because the picks is here.
You've been on fire, bro. What did you go last week?
I went 11-3. I was
Jesus
so hot
Christ.
Vern,
you've been on fire, man.
Vern, I was so hot last week. I sent it to Will. I meant to send it to you. I'm so hot the Illuminati reached out to me. They sent me a message on Instagram. I swear on everything I love. The Illuminati reached out to me last week. I'm on fire, baby.
Man, get it.
Listen,
I'm doing good in my fantasy league. I'm 4-1, so I'm feeling good about that. So you know what I'm saying.
So now you got to go 5-1. And Vern, I know you got a crazy parlay that you probably already cooking up.
I only got 4, man. I don't want to talk about parlay last week. I only want to talk about it.
All right. Shout out to Pooh. Pooh already says the show was fire tonight. Pooh, we not done yet though. I appreciate you though.
He said what?
Yeah, it ain't done yet. We still got a little more to go.
We just got a little long-winded, Pooh. Our bad. You know what I'm saying? We about to get into it.
This is the money making time though. Just to remind everybody, we're live every Friday night, 9 p.m. Facebook.
You could be anywhere in the world,
but you're rocking with us. Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube every Friday night. The episode goes over to Spotify on Sunday mornings. And then also remember, Sundays at 7 p.m., Trip Young and myself, the collaboration episode goes down. So make sure you subscribe to the Sanchez Show. Like, comment, tell a friend to rock with us on Friday nights. Vern,
shout out to the homie Trip, man.
Shout out to Trip. We all want to know this week because we all had Kansas City on Thursday. We all talked about it. So we all had Kansas City. Kansas City covered, and they won outright, obviously. Vern, where you want to go first with the first game on Sunday? And I promise you, King Mac, we're not about to let you down. He said, don't fail me with the picks. We're not about to fail you. These winner, chicken dinner, baby. These all winners. Vern, where we going first?
Get it in.
Well, let's start with an automatic. I'm starting with a team I'm putting on my parlay, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I'm going to play it. I'm going with the Dolphins at the Panthers. And no, Will, this is not my 401k pick of the week. It is not that. But I'm going Dolphins with the Panthers. But what I'm going to do, I'm gonna parlay it. I'm gonna take the alternate line at either 5.5 or 6.5, and I'm gonna combo it with some other picks we'll talk about later on. There's just absolutely no chance the Panthers even probably get close in this game. Not only are the Dolphins more talented, this is just a scheme mismatch all the way through. You have a team that can't score versus the highest scoring team in the NFL. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to 70-20 them because they probably just don't care to do so. But if they want to, they could. I mean, I could see this game being something like 41-10, 41-13 easily. Mr. Arcane, his injury is not going to really affect him that much in this game. I mean, it's going to be a boat race from the beginning. As long as Tua doesn't turn the ball over and get pick sixes like they did last week, Carolina's going to be a hard time for them to score. I mean, this is going to be an absolute blowout track meet. So that's where I'm going. I'm doing an alternate line at 5.5, and I'm going to put it with some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. I got Miami too. We doing just straight up, right?
Yeah.
I know y'all like to do points, but we doing straight.
Eric, what you got the line at now? I saw 13.5 and I saw 14.
It's at 14 right now.
13.5? God damn.
Yeah.
Is it really that? Damn.
It's at 14. I looked at the line an hour before we went live, right at 8 p.m. It was at 14.
They're covering for sure. It's not going to be close.
I got
I'll say
Miami
this.
straight up. So
We all
you know
like- we
how I
all
pick.
like-
I don't do the points. I just straight up pick.
We all-
But yeah, I got
we
Miami.
we all like Miami. They're gonna win no matter what. But I like what you said, Vern. I would actually work the points down. This is the prototypical trap game because next week Miami has the big showdown with Philly. So this is the prototypical. We got caught looking ahead at the potential matchup with the Eagles, and maybe we start a little slow in this game. So I think Miami wins. I can see Miami winning by 7 points, maybe even 10 points. Maybe they don't cover the full 14 just because they get off to a slow start. So if you want to play it safe, listen to Vern. I would work the line down to 5.5, 6. I would even take it at 7. Yeah, I would even take it at 7. But I think once you get beyond 7 points, that's when it gets a little tricky. Don't be surprised if the Dolphins start very slow in this game just because they get caught looking ahead. But we all like the Dolphins. I agree there. Where do you want to go next?
I'm going to go to your state, your city. You're a New York dude, right?
Come on, you already know, man.
It ain't no way that the Giants gonna beat the Bills this week. There is no way in hell. Daniel Jones is out. They just listed him out tonight. There's no way that the Giants are going to go up to Buffalo where those fans be acting ignorant as hell, jumping on burning fold up tables and whatnot in the pre-games and whatnot to beat the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen playing out his mind right now. My man Diggs playing out his mind right now. He is hurt. And then you got the other dude. I forget the other receiver's name. But
Gabe Davis.
there's no way that the Giants are going into Buffalo and beating the Bills without Daniel Jones. Even if they had Daniel Jones, it wouldn't be a problem. So I like the Bills over the Giants this weekend.
Yo, why Jay said the Tyrod Taylor revenge game.
Hey, and you know what? Tyrod's my guy. I like Tyrod, man. But no, this ain't the week, man. This ain't the week. I like the Bills handily over the Giants this weekend.
Vern, what you got?
Well, this is my 401k pick of the week. We're talking about straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up spreads. I have another game for that, but straight up 100%. I mean, you're talking about a boat race. Yo, they just came back from London with Jacksonville, got in a battle with them. They need to reassert the dominance. Like I said, Josh Allen, when he wins, he generally wins big. Now, you saw what they did to the Commanders, 37-3. It really should have been 34-0. I mean, it was a smoke. I think this game gets so out of hand. I think they waved the white flag, man. I mean, it's not just Daniel Jones. It's their offensive line. I mean, it's just they're coming in there with a preseason type team on Sunday night to Buffalo. I don't think it gets worse than this. However, I would take Buffalo at the 10 line. I wouldn't take them I think now it's like 15.5.
It's at 15.
Only reason is because when you get these games where you get 21-0, 20-0 first half, you get backdoor covers. And when you talking about come back from London, who knows from a injury rest standpoint where people are going to be at, fatigue, backdoor covers are really dangerous when you're talking about these kind of situations. I remember like last year there was I think the Chiefs were favored by like 17 in the game versus the Texans. And that game ended up being like really close. I think it was overtime. Yeah. So when you get these super you get double digits, like well into double digits, you got to really be careful with it. So I would do no more than 10 on my personal line. I'm comboing this with the Dolphins. I'm doing 6.5 here because I just don't think the Giants can score. Prime time, what they scoring 3.0 points. I mean, come on, let's be real. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, we all agree Buffalo is going to beat the shit out the Giants. It is what it is. Backup quarterback. The Giants are missing 4 O linemen in this game.
Yeah.
Saquon hasn't played in 2 weeks. This is his first week back. I challenge you, brothers. Who name me a giant receiver?
I can't.
Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, that's what
Who
Sterling
did you
Shepard.
just name one?
Sterling Shepard.
No, it doesn't do that.
That's what we left.
Sterling Shepard. Is he still on the team?
That's
Evan
what we
Ingram,
left with.
pass catcher. Evan Ingram's a pass catcher.
Evan Ingram's not on their team, bro.
Not Evan Ingram. What's the dude?
Darren Waller.
Waller.
Yeah, remember, and I'm gonna tell y'all a story about Darren Waller because me and Vern was so pissed off a couple weeks ago that Darren Waller wasn't even getting targets.
Darren
Waller's your number one receiver, and Vern and I both had him on a ticket where we was like, yo, we just need him to get like 4 catches for like 40 yards.
Blocking.
And they were just using him as an extra O lineman because the O line is so bad.
Wait, did y'all say Darren Waller?
Yeah,
Darren Waller, former
He's
Raider.
a tight
Darren
end.
Waller.
Yeah, he was chipping, bro. He didn't even go off for a pass, bro. He didn't even go off for a pass, bro. I was so
Yeah.
All right, so we all got the Bills, clearly.
We all got the Bills, but Vern makes a great point. Be careful, beware of the backdoor cover. This is one of them situations where the Bills might jump out early and then start to rest guys. Remember, they were over in London, so they may chill with guys in the second half of this game. But I like the Bills to win as well.
Are you taking the spread? You didn't say you taking the spread or what?
I'm gonna take the spread. It's at 15 because I just don't see the Giants scoring more than 13 points in this game.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and with the Giants, we got to remember too, the Giants are the only team in the NFL that haven't held a lead at all this season. So they're probably gonna be losing from start to finish. King Mac, I already know King Mac. You naming guys because you went on ESPN to see who was on their roster because you named Darius Slayton. Like you naming the number 4 receiver on the team. You didn't even say Isaiah Hodgins, who's the number 2 guy. You just naming the other guys right now. So he went on ESPN. Shout out to King Mac though. I'm gonna go. We took two of the more obvious games. Last week, what we saw was a lot of upsets with the road teams and underdogs. I think underdogs are gonna be big again this week. So I'm gonna go with an underdog for this week that I like. And it's the Bears hosting the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are favored by 3 in Chicago, but there's no Justin Jefferson. And the Bears, the last 2 weeks, their offense has put up a lot of numbers. Granted, I know it was against the Broncos. I know it was against the Commanders. But the Minnesota Viking defense ain't that great either. I like the Bears to cover the 3 points. I think the Bears can even win this game, but I definitely like them to take the 3.
Where's this game at?
Chicago.
Okay. Oh, there it is. It's on my list.
I'm with Eric.
I was just making sure it was on my list.
I'm with Eric. I'm taking the 3. Weather's going to be kind of crazy. And when weather's crazy, take the team that can run the ball. They can run the ball, hell of a lot. I think Minnesota is a team that's defeated. I don't know if they're going to be ready to play. I think a lot of the veterans on the team probably think they're putting the season. They almost in a mode like Denver. They're like almost like the Denver of the NFC. I like this a tight game. I think whoever has the best field goal kicker wins. But I'm taking Chicago plus the 3.
I got the Vikings. No real logic behind it. I just don't think the Bears can beat them. I think Kirk Cousins comes out and pulls out big games against bad teams, and the Bears are a bad team. So I like the Vikings.
Plus, this could be Kirk Cousins' last game with the Vikings. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you already know.
All right, let's stop the Kirk Cousins trade talk.
Why?
He has a no trade clause. He's not trying to leave.
Waive it.
Why wouldn't he waive it?
Can we address that he has a no trade clause in his contract?
Okay. All right, but let me
He
ask
ain't
you a
going
question.
nowhere, man. He ain't trying to move.
Will, let me
He
ask
can
you a
leave
question.
next year.
When he's a free
He ain't
agent?
gonna be forced to go where somebody sends him to. He can go where he wants to go next year. He's not moving right now.
Let me ask you a question, Will. Why wouldn't he entertain the idea of going to a contender now?
Who?
And play at least. If he goes to the Jets, they're not at least a playoff contender?
No.
With Kirk Cousins, they're not a playoff
You gotta
contender?
learn dog. You can't just move and just fit in. You got to learn the offense. You got to learn your players. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. He's not going anywhere. He'll be a Viking for the rest of the year. Then after the season, he'll go where the hell he wants to go. He's not getting traded, bro.
I just don't understand why Kurt.
I mean, because
idea.
It's not. This ain't Madden. We ain't playing Madden.
Of course, it's not Madden. Will we know that? But what I'm saying is, if you're Kirk Cousins at this point in your career, why am I going to stand behind a banged up offensive line and get beat up for a losing team when I can at least go to a team that can make the playoffs and play for something?
If you're Kirk Cousins in this point in the season, are you learning a whole new system?
You won't have to learn a whole new system. They're going to cater
Yes,
it to
you do.
You. They're going to cater it to you, Will. Every quarterback gets the offense catered to them.
So the rest of the team has to learn a new system.
Yes.
Eric, leave Will alone.
Fail.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Will.
He ain't going nowhere, bro.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. So you think when Nathaniel Hackett went to the Jets that everybody else didn't have to learn the system and Aaron Rodgers just came in and I kind of already know. So y'all got to figure this out. The quarterback's the last person that's going to have to adjust.
You were able to instill a whole new playbook in the off season.
Okay.
Right?
What?
How are you, dog? It's already going.
So when Christian McCaffrey went to the 49ers in the middle of the season, you don't think Kyle Shanahan said, yo, let me know the 60 plays that you like the most, and then we're going to figure out around that.
No, don't talk about a running back compared to a quarterback that has to run everything.
Baker Mayfield got traded and played in like 4 days and won a game.
Right, with the Rams.
What?
With the Rams, yeah.
Baker
He played
Mayfield.
that Thursday night game.
Yeah, he got traded and played Thursday night and won.
Y'all lunching. Okay, break him.
It's the facts. Will, when you the guy on offense, you already know. Give us the 60 plays that you like the most.
When was the last time? All right, let me ask y'all both this. When was the last time a quarterback that was traded in the middle of the season that succeeded?
I mean, it doesn't happen often. Trades in the NFL don't
very rare. Very rare.
Yeah, I mean, that's what y'all talking about, though. So when was the last time that happened?
Because if you're Kirk Cousins at this point in your career, one, why am I going to sit behind this offensive line and get beat up for the next 3 months? And if you're the Vikings, you know you're not re-signing Kirk Cousins. Why wouldn't you at least explore the option of trading him?
When was the last time a quarterback got traded in the middle of a season and succeeded?
Well, the last time a quarterback got traded in the middle of the season.
Never.
I'm sure
he's not going anywhere, and he has a no trade clause. Why would he want to move? Why would he want to do that?
I just don't see him sticking around to get beat up behind that offensive line for nothing.
He has a no trade clause, and the Vikings beat the shit out the Bears this week. Boom.
They're not gonna beat the shit out the Bears this week. The Vikings ain't beat the shit out of nobody all season. They're not beating the shit out the Bears.
24-14 Vikings.
Okay. Will, where you want to go with the next game?
Let's go to so y'all got me fired up. All right, let me focus again.
Let's go. We got you fired up. Let's go.
Let me focus.
I got people talking about the Chargers if you want to go there next.
Somebody want to talk about my squad? We talking about the Bolts?
Well, King
Monday
Max,
Night Football.
First, King Max said the Chargers doctors they love Tyrod.
We'll see.
We know the history there. And then he also said,
"Don't do that. Don't do that."
No, that's a fact though. The doctors.
So my Chargers got the Cowboys on Monday night. Y'all over here clowning. My Chargers got the Cowboys on Monday Night Football in LA. Admittedly, I'm going to say it's probably going to be more Cowboys fans there than Chargers fans. because it's in Los Angeles and uh, the Cowboys, they travel and they got a lot of fans. But fuck that. My boys are gonna whoop that ass. Chargers take the boys at home. Oh, pause, super pause. That didn't sound right. I like my Chargers to defeat the Cowboys at home on Monday Night Football. And I think we're going to light them up. See, one thing that people don't realize is we're getting really healthy right now.
Yeah,
A lot of our playmakers are coming back. For the Cowboys, a lot of their playmakers are going out. And also, you got to remember, Kellen Moore came over from Dallas last year. He's my new offensive coordinator. He knows what they like to do on the defensive side of the ball. He knows on both sides of the ball what they want to do.
Pause.
And I think we're a more talented team. Derwin James is back. Austin Eckler's coming back this week. He's been out for 3 weeks. I think it's going to be light work. I think we Chargers beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football.
Vern, what you think?
I'm taking a reverse parlay here. I'm taking the Chargers actually -2.5. The Cowboys haven't beat a good team yet. Not only have they not beat a good team, they've been smushed by good teams. I'm not saying the Chargers are a good team, but they're a team that can score. They're competent. And I think, honestly, I don't understand why the Cowboys are favored. I'm not sure if it's just a popularity fan base. They just want people to be on the side of the Chargers. But if you're saying who the better team is, it's not even close. I mean, this right here is free money. -2.5 on the Chargers right now is free money. There's no way the Chargers don't win this game by more than a field goal for sure. Dak Prescott has looked like trash. I think Keenan Allen might approach 150 yards. That secondary has nothing to say without Diggs. Justin Herbert's going to go over 300, probably 3 touchdowns. I think it's one of those games where we're going to sit back and look and say, what? Like when I did the 49ers last week, I put them at 3.5. I was like, this is easy money. I went to sleep on that bet. I was like, what are we doing here? I mean, I'm not sure. So, I'm taking a reverse parlay here. I'm taking the Chargers -2.5. I'm gonna have them solo on the ticket, and I have a feeling by 10:30 they're gonna be asking me to take a payout. So,
yeah, we're all in agree here. I think so. A couple things. Dallas. I think Dallas is more hyped than anything right now.
yeah.
But Will, you said something that I think really people are overlooking. Austin Eckler. This Dallas defense is giving about 130 yards rushing a game. If the Chargers are smart, you come out, you run the ball, and then you start setting up the play action down the field. The one thing the Chargers can do is move the ball up and down the field, and they can score. And I think there's going to be a lot of that. This is one of them games that even if you're not sure who the winner is, you take the over because there's going to be a lot of points here because the Charger defense ain't that great either. But I do like the Chargers to win this game. I think Dallas is more hype than substance at this point. So we're all in agreement. We like the Chargers, man. Vern, where you want to go next?
I want to go to a game that I'm kind of undecided on. Not for the money line, but more for the spread. And people might be a little shocked, but I think I want to talk about the Eagles and Jets game. The reason why is because this game screams out Eagles by a lot. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. I look at the Eagles' red zone inefficiencies. I look at the fact that Jalen Hurts has turned the ball over at crucial times, critical interceptions. I'm not saying that they're going to be able to capitalize on it because the Jets don't have an offense, but I think this could be kind of one of those ugly games, like a 17-13 game. To me personally, I think the Eagles will win, but I wouldn't be shocked if they lose. But I definitely think that I'm taking the Jets plus the 7 here. Like I said, I'm taking Jets plus a 7. I'm taking the under. It should be at least a little windy up there. So that's where I want to go. That's how I feel about it. Like I said, the Commanders, I know it's a divisional game, but they've really put a lot of pressure on them. And I feel as though the Jets can put more pressure on them. Better secondary, better coach. And the Eagles just have not looked sharp. And they're going too far. I think they're going to overlook this team. And the game's going to be closer than what people expect.
So just for the record, you got Eagles winning, but you got the Jets to cover.
Yes, correct.
All right. Well, what you like? Oh, hold on, Will. Yeah, say it again.
Right until the end, Vernon, I was with you. And I was like, what? Like, you were making it sound like it was going to be a contest, but then you brought up the fucking Commanders. I was like, oh, that's why he's trying to make it like sound like it's going to be close. It's not going to be close at all, man. The Eagles are going to beat the brakes off the Jets, man. Zach Wilson versus Jalen Hurts and that defense and that defensive line. This feels like a 30-3 game to me right now. And the only reason you made the Jets competitive is because you brought up the fucking Redskins, man. Come on, man. Eagles easily. That's not even a question. That should have been my 401k pick of the week, which it isn't, but we'll get to that.
I think you could have gone with it. I got the Eagles winning this game and covering. I think the Jets will keep it competitive, but their number 2 corner, DJ Reed, is out. Their number 1 corner, Sauce Gardner, is questionable for this game. And I think this is one of them situations where the Eagles defense kind of just dominates that O-line that's already had some trouble. So I like the Eagles to win this game. Like I said, the Jets could keep it competitive. But I think similar to last week what we saw in the Rams game, where talent-wise, it's just going to play out over the course of 4 quarters. And once we get into the second half, the Eagles will kind of pull away and cover this. So I can see the Eagles winning this one by 10 points. I could see this being a 23-13 type game where the Eagles defense gets a couple turnovers.
For sure.
I just can't see it. I can't see the Jets keeping pace long term, especially if their secondary is going to be that banged up. The one thing the Eagles
my bad. I called them the Redskins. I ain't trying to offend nobody. My bad.
You were. I know it was a jab. You did that on purpose, but
I did.
the one thing the Jets have been really good at is limiting the big plays. And if their secondary is banged up, this might be the week where the Eagles start to get back to the big plays down the field with Devontae Smith and with AJ Brown. So I like the Eagles. Let's go. We talked about DC. Let's go to DC. Let's talk about the Commanders. They're going to Atlanta. Atlanta's favored by 2.5. I'm not really sold on on Atlanta at all. Atlanta, though their record is 3-2 and they survived last week. Vern, you and I were texting during the game because we both liked the Texans to cover last week. Just a stat out there. The Falcons are 1-4 against the spread. They don't cover the spread very often. They just squeak by every week. And I think the Commanders' pass rush can give this kid Ritter some trouble this week. I like the Commanders as the underdog. They're getting 2.5 points last time I checked. I like the Commanders. Vern, I'm going to let you go.
I like the Commanders to win this game. This is the bounce back spot. And the only reason they're going to win this game is because I want Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio to get fired, and it's not going to happen. I think they win this game by a field goal. Bijan Robinson is okay, but I feel as though our defensive line can keep him intact. Now, linebackers are really, 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 really terrible. But I just don't think they're going to have enough offensive firepower. If we don't just get blown out, 21-0, whatever, out the gate, we have offensive tools to score points, especially on that indoor turf field when the conditions are going to be perfect. I don't think Atlanta is going to be able to keep up. So I think the Commanders outright win by, in between 2 to 4 points.
Will, you laughing? What you like in this game?
I like the Falcons for sure. On the road, like
That they're home.
I
No,
hey,
this
Vern,
is in Atlanta.
what has Washington showed you at all this season? That's my first question.
Sure.
Because I know
The
you're a
Commanders can get
Washington
to the
fan.
quarterback.
What are they
They can
showing
get to the
you?
quarterback. They can get to the quarterback.
Yeah. Desmond Ritter's terrible. Like he can't run. He really has no accuracy whatsoever.
Who's been the second most sacked quarterback in the NFL this year?
Oh, Howell been sacked like a billion times. Don't get me started on
Shout
that.
out to the sack props on FanDuel because Vern is proud of me. Tell him about the sack props.
That's
on
what I'm
FanDuel.
saying. Like they getting to your boy, man.
They sack him 8 times.
They getting to your boy for sure. Sam Howell, they getting to that 5th rounder easily.
Atlanta dimensional is going to be exposed. I mean, it's just
you know what Atlanta can do, and what y'all can't do. What Atlanta can do is run the football, and you really don't stop the run. I like because Ron. All right, let's talk about Ron Rivera first of all.
Did we have to?
Who's supposed to be a defensive head coach who just stands there on the sideline with his arms crossed the whole game, not making any adjustments, does nothing at all. You go the number 1 rushing offense in the league this week with Bijan Robinson and I forget the backup's name, the Redbone dude. But both of them can get work on y'all.
Stop. Hold on. You just can't be calling a grown man a red bone dude.
I forget it.
You gotta relax. Are you talking about Algier? You talking about Algier?
Yeah, Algier. Yeah.
You can't call
they can both. They can both gash y'all for 100 yards rushing, and I mean y'all got some dudes on the defensive line, but it don't really equate to nothing. I like Atlanta in this game and because I don't think y'all can stop Bijan Robinson. I like Atlanta in like a 17-13 type of game right here. But until y'all can show me you can do anything on the defensive side of the ball, which you've not done. This is a team that's lost. What? Y'all have given up 30 points in how many weeks? 4 out of the 5 this season. I'm not tripping off y'all. I think Atlanta could just run the ball down your throat, pause, and it's going to be a bloodbath. I like Atlanta.
I mean, that's a great point because the
Tyler Algier, that's his name.
The Commanders have given up 30 points in the last 4 weeks, so that's definitely an area that they got to correct. Shout out to Jay, like you mentioned.
30 points in 2 of those.
Hold on. But shout out to Jay. What he said is true though. He said Washington took Philly to overtime, but somehow also led the league last week in passing. So Washington is going to score. I think Washington is going to score. And my issue with Atlanta. But hold on, hear me out, Will. Hear me out, because this is one of the things that Vern and I were texting back and forth about. My issue with Atlanta is that if you get a lead on them, they're not the same team because they're so reliant on being able to run the ball. And I think the Commanders can get to the quarterback. And if the Commanders get a lead in this game, that changes the dynamics of what Atlanta's trying to do. So that's why I'm taking the Commanders. I think they're evenly matched teams, though. I don't think the Commanders are way better than the Falcons and vice versa. I just think that the Commanders are going to get a lead on them. The Commanders are going to be able to rush the passer. And then we're going to see Desmond Ridder make a lot of mistakes in this game.
Shout out to Atlanta for having the best concessions in the whole league, by the way. Have y'all seen Atlanta's concession prices?
Oh yeah.
Nah, but you talked about it last year as well, so I know you.
I used to talk about that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. You can get a chicken tender basket with fries for like $6 down there. It's sick.
That should be a pod in itself. We should do a 20-minute segment on who got the best concessions.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That would be Atlanta for sure. For sure.
Hey, let's
shout out to Michael Vick.
Shout out to Michael. Let's run through some of the bad games real quick because we don't want to spend too much time on the bad games. New England at Vegas. Vegas is favored by 3. I'm taking Vegas. The Patriots are completely banged up in the defense. Obviously, Christian Gonzalez is out. Matthew Judon is out. Mac Jones might be the worst quarterback in the league. I got Vegas.
I got
Real
Vegas.
quick.
I got Vegas as well. We can move on.
That's
Yeah.
right. We're gonna move on. The Rams favored by 7 against the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals is done. They covered the first couple weeks. I think they back down to earth. We know what they are. On the opposite side, the Rams have Cooper Kupp back. That offense can move the ball. I like the Rams.
I agree.
Rams easy.
The Rams cover, by the way. Rams cover.
We agree there as well. Is there another bad one we want to get into?
Lions,
Ravens,
Bucks.
Titans.
Ravens, Titans. Oof.
That's the London game. Ravens, Titans. That's the London game. That's the 9:30 start on Sunday. Ravens are favored by 4.5. I like the Titans to cover.
Yeah.
I like the Ravens to win, but I like the Titans to cover. Ravens are a little banged up, and the Ravens have not looked good the last couple weeks.
Definitely Titans to cover, but if you're going to play this, you're at +4, which is a critical, I guess, number to do what they call like a teaser at +6. I would tease up to 6. You get the +10. That's easy. Also take the under. This is a London game. Please take the under. Just take it.
The under, I think, is easy money. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what you like here?
I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think.
I'm just taking Derrick
think,
Henry.
Yeah, I don't think the Ravens have looked good. Ravens have not looked good for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
And I think we got to pay attention to that as well. I know we want to look at the overall record, but if you look at from week 3 on from that Colts game, they've struggled, so they haven't looked good there.
Yep.
Detroit at Tampa. Detroit is favored by 3. I like Detroit. I really like Detroit's defense, and that offense can still put up a lot of points. On the flip side, Baker Mayfield is who we thought he was, so I like Detroit.
Detroit to win and cover?
I like them to win and cover. I think they cover easily.
This is at 3, right?
At 3 right now.
I like the Bucks.
Tell me why, Will. I want to hear. While Vern thinks about it, tell me why.
Just home. Just a home field advantage. The Lions have looked serious this year, but the Bucks have not been a slouch. And I haven't seen enough from Dan Campbell. That's his name, right? The Lions coach.
That's correct.
I think he needs to be humbled this week. It's not an exit nose thing. I think it's just time for them to lose, and I think the Bucks can get that. And plus, your boy Commercial Mayfield has been looking. He's been looking solid. He ain't been looking great, but he's been looking good enough to win football games. And the Lions really aren't blowing me away, so I'm going with the Bucks at home.
Is Mike Evans playing?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm bringing up the injury report right now.
You know what? I'm
now.
picking the Lions to win, Bucks to cover. The Detroit defense is just not good. To me.
I don't know about that, Vern. I think their defense is all right.
I don't think they're that great. I'm with Will. Like all teams at some point in time have to lose. I think they're looking forward probably a little bit to next week. I like the Bucks to cover here. And I'm watching Colorado, by the way. Everyone's watching that. They're playing right now.
The Colorado game just started, right?
Yeah, the first quarter, 6 minutes 57.
That was on my play sheet to talk about Neon and them.
Record is
Jay. We keep track of the records. As I mentioned last week, I went 11-3. Now, prior to last week, I have all of our records. Last week is the only week I didn't have all our records because we weren't able to record on Friday night. So everything before last week I have, and I'll have this week as well. Tonight I do have Colorado first half, Vern. I got them at -6.5 for the first half.
That's looking good. They're about to score again. I mean, they got the ball back, so looking good.
What score right now?
Yeah, I definitely had Colorado winning tonight. Yeah, I had that on the shot sheet tonight.
You said Colorado's up 7-0?
Yeah, 7-0, but they kind of dominating Stanford, so they're gonna get another.
Oh, there's the winner chicken dinner, baby. We got
It's
wins on wins.
it's the kid that plays both ways. Is he back tonight?
Yeah, he's playing.
He's playing tonight?
He just got
Travis
burnt.
Hunter? I know he practiced. Is he back? Do y'all know?
Yeah, he back.
Yeah, but I thought Colorado would win tonight because the thing with Colorado is they're gonna beat up on these teams that don't have the same talent. Is the real struggle with them is when they play the power teams. When they play the bigger teams like the Oregons, the USCs, they got the big game coming up later on in the year against UCLA. Those are the ones that they're gonna struggle in. When the talent matches up, they're gonna struggle. Couple more. The Saints.
Colts at Jaguars.
Colts at Jaguar. Oh, that's my upset pick of the week. Colts is gonna win outright.
Nope.
I got Colts winning outright. Jaguars were in London for 2 weeks. There's no way you could tell me they not coming back to jet lag. They was out there for 2 weeks. They coming back home. They're gonna be jet lagged. I got the Colts to win that game.
That's damn near at home though. For the Jags, I got the Jags on that one. Plus, talent for talent. Where do the Colts match up? I'm going Jags.
Jags got more offensive talent. I think the Colts got more defensive talent.
Where's Richardson's status?
Richardson's not playing. He's out for the next 4 weeks.
He's out for like a month.
He's out for a while. They put him on IR, right?
This is the Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, they start Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts here. Honestly, Jacksonville didn't start looking
really
good in London. And they played the Falcons, and they got the Bills coming off a big divisional win. And I was even talked about it. I said I think they're gonna have a letdown. Versus a team that's been over there for 2 weeks. And the Bills went over there on Thursday night or Friday night.
The Bills went over there. The Bills went over there super late and never got to recover.
And they looked like they were lethargic. I think they come back to a reality check. People were, the Jaguars were a sweetheart pick beginning of the season, so people are still holding on to that. Nah, Colts definitely gonna win this game. I actually like Minshew at this spot better than Anthony Richardson, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think they win, and I think the Jacksonville Jaguars who saw against the Texans show up. The Jacksonville Jaguars who saw against the Chiefs show up.
And then we got Seattle at Cincinnati.
This is a good game.
This is a good one. This is
a real good game. Vern, go ahead, kick it off. What you like here?
I'm taking the Bengals at 2.5, right?
Right. Well, last I saw was at 3. Since he had 3.
Since he's at 3. Boy. I really don't know why.
I like Cincinnati.
First of all, I'm not betting this game. Like I'm just not. But I'm gonna take Cincinnati here. I just am. I'm gonna take them. And the reason why I'm going to take him is because I have to believe that the better quarterback is going to get it right, like he did last week. Geno Smith is to me, he's too chaotic. He's up and down. He's hot. He's cold. I don't like him. I don't like him in the spot. I don't like him right here, and I don't like him right now. So I'm taking the Bengals. I'm not sure if they're going to win by more than 3 points though. Let me think about it with the spread, but I'm taking the Bengals to win the game.
Fair. I like Seattle. I think Seattle has been very good this year outside of that opening day game against the Rams. Their defense looks really good. And on the flip side with the Bengals, I said this last week, we're kind of holding out hope for Joe Burrow to look like himself and for the Bengals to get right. But when you look at the Bengals, their 2 wins this year, they had that game against the Rams that they won, and they had the game last week against the Cardinals. Other than that, they struggled against athletic defenses. I think they struggle again this week. Seattle's pretty good, man. I think Seattle beats them.
Hold on, I just realized something. When Seattle played last week, that was the first time they had Witherspoon and Woolen playing. Wasn't that the first time in Adams?
Yep, they had both corners. Yep.
Playing again?
Yep.
Shit. Man.
Did we already pick the Patriots and the Raiders?
I like the Bengals to win this game by 2. I think Seattle covers, but I'm taking the Bengals to win. All right.
Yeah, and we all took Vegas in that game. We all took Vegas.
Okay.
Saints at the Texans. The Saints are favored by 2 points. I'm
I
taking the
think
Texans. I like CJ Stroud.
weirdly, I think this is going to be the game of the week.
Saints at Texans.
I think this might be the most competitive game of the week. Yeah.
What you like, Will?
Um, and I'm going with the Texans. CJ
Um,
Stroud has just impressed me week in and week out throughout the season. He might be the one Ohio State quarterback that actually has success in this league where we've not seen it at all from any Ohio State quarterback.
hey,
But
look,
this young boy is balling, and D'Amico Ryans, who's not far off from the game. He's got these dudes playing.
I
I kind of
love what
I
D'Amico's
like
doing.
the Texans this week.
I love what they're doing with this defense. Vernon and I were texting during that game last week against the Falcons. I thought the Texans should have won that game. D'Amico Ryans has this defense looking really good, and CJ Stroud, I think, is way ahead of his time. He's way ahead of the curve, I should say. The throws that he's making, he hasn't turned the ball over one time yet. We're 5 weeks into the season. Most times by
Yeah,
now, rookie quarterbacks got multiple interceptions. He's not turning the ball over. He gets them in the right offensive set. He makes the right plays. I really like what the Texans are doing there.
well,
yep.
I'm on the island by myself on this game, fellas. I think the Saints beat the Texans. I think CJ Stroud has more than one turnover in this game. The Saints are the best defensive team that he's played so far. I don't think the Saints have allowed 20 points so far yet. Yeah, I think this is the game where the Saints, like I said, rookie quarterbacks have a really weird trajectory, right? If you get a rookie quarterback, they can start out really hot, right? And then they have some kind of regressive period between weeks like 5 and like 9 or 10. And then they start to heat back up again. And then the question is, in year 2, are they going to have a sophomore slump, or are they going to be able to are they going to be able to continue the trajectory? I think this is the week that CJ Stroud looks like a rookie. I think the Saints win the game. I think the Saints win this game by more than 4 points. And like I said, people are going – like I said, each week you get more and more tape, more and more film on C.J. Stroud. And I think the Saints have the defensive capabilities to take advantage of that.
Okay, fair enough.
So now we only got one more game
We
to
got
call,
one game
boys.
left. We got one game left. I think it's the best game of the week. I think it's also one of the games that, depending on how this plays out, we may look at each conference a little different. The 49ers are favored by 9.5 in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Will, I'm going to let you kick that off. I think that line
That's
is a
my
little too high.
401k pick of the week.
Wait, 14-0.
That's my. All right, ship all the chips in. I don't see any way that the Cleveland Browns can beat the San Francisco 49ers, especially with the word that came out today that
Watson's out.
Massage is out. Deshaun Massage Watson is out for the game. And they starting some other dude. I don't even remember his name, but it don't matter. The 49ers are a well-tuned machine. They're going to go in there and beat the brakes off the Browns. Ship all your chips in. I don't even know what the line is, but they'll probably beat them by at least 2 touchdowns, I'd say.
It's going to go
Put
up
it
now.
all in on the 49ers.
It was at 9.5 a little earlier today. It's going to go even higher than that. Burn, go ahead.
I put it at 15.
Man.
The 49ers are going to whoop that ass. 49ers over Browns easily. 401k pick of the week. Ship all your chips.
It's gonna get ugly, but it ain't gonna be the ugliest game. The ugliest game is still gonna be the Bills versus the Giants. And the only reason I say that is because going from west to east, I think San Francisco is going to come into the game with the mindset of we want to get in, we want to get out, limit our injuries. This is a game that they know they're going to win. This is a game they know they're going to dominate. They don't have to put on the show. They don't have to blow them out. I think the game is something like 21-3. I think they get up early and they just coast. They know they don't have the offensive firepower to fire back, and they want to leave this game healthy. I think that's going to be the name of the game. Leave the game healthy with the win, and that's it. I don't think you're going to see too much razzle-dazzle or them trying to, like, stomp a mud hole in them like they did the Cowboys. So that's
But they're gonna play their guys, you know. So they're gonna play their guys because it's still professional football, you know. They gonna play their guys, and it's gonna be a bloodbath.
It's gonna be a different
I
game.
just like to find 49ers up early,
Yeah.
and then they can just pack it in after that. Pause.
Yeah, I agree. I got the 49ers as well. This is a game that I was expecting to be more competitive, but now with Deshaun being out, it's not going to be what we thought. The 49ers are going to beat the shit out the Browns. It's just going to be over early. For the 49ers too, like Vern said, this is one of them where you don't show too much. You just get up early, you coast the rest of the way, and you don't show too much because you got bigger matchups down the road, especially against the Eagles. For the Browns, though, I think you got to be a little concerned because now this is the second straight week that Deshaun isn't playing.
But he's been clear to play though.
Right, but that's why I say that you have to be a little concerned that he's not playing because he was clear last week. He literally was ruled out an hour before kickoff.
Yeah.
And now this week he was supposed to be clear to play, and it's like, oh no, never mind, he's not going to play now. So you got to be a little concerned with some of the things that's going on there. Vern, we got to cook up a parlay though, because I think if you take Buffalo, Philly, San Fran, and Miami, that puts you at minus 118.
Oh, I'm not okay. So we're not doing it like that. No.
No. That's what I'm saying. We don't take them outright, but maybe we work them down all to like 2.5, like we did a couple weeks ago.
Bills, Dolphins should be 5.5 off break. 49ers 5.5 off break. You don't even think.
Stay tuned because we're gonna put the ticket up. I think if we work them all down to in that range somewhere, that's a big time winner.
Yeah, I already got the odds. It's like plus 249 or something like that.
There you go. So we're talking San Fran, we're talking Buffalo, we're talking Philly and Miami. Those are the four.
But like I said, with this Cleveland line, the line might get so juiced up that you might have to do a little something different. So we're gonna tweak it. We'll tease it. And if I got Eric giving me the information, I mean, you talking about can't miss.
Ooh, baby.
Miss the 401k parlay of the week. Forget pick of the week.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna start calling it. The 401k parlay of the week. We're gonna get to that. And just to be sure, just to be clear, we all agree we got San Fran as the 401k pick of the week.
No, my 401k is the Bills and
oh yeah, the Bills are good. Bills, listen. Shout out to Pop Tart Rye. Oh, a Hot Pocket Rye. Remember Hot Pocket Ryan? He used to
Hot Pocket Ryan. Wait, he in the comments?
He in the building. He said Giants are gonna win. He bullshitting. They're not winning.
What up, Brian?
And I got Giant fans in my life. I'm sorry to break it to y'all. The Giants are not beating the Buffalo Bills. It's not happening. This is the vacation.
Sorry, New Yorkers.
Yeah, no. Hold on. What the parlay we about to cook up for y'all? This is the vacation money. This when you call your sweetheart, you let her know, pack your bags, baby. We out of here. We out of here. We out of here. We taking a long weekend. We out of here. We gotta go. Will, we're gonna go around the horn. Give me a final thought.
Oh, my final thought is I expect Prime to go 5-3 tonight against Stanford. I think the game kicked off about an hour ago. I don't even know what the score is right now, but I expect Prime and them to go 5-3. They won one game last year, man. He here, like he said, we ain't coming no more. We here, so they here. But it's so much more fun to make I'm coming jokes. So, but I ain't gonna do that tonight because it's too late into the broadcast. I could do that all night with the I'm coming. But yeah, I like Colorado to beat Stanford tonight. Coach Prime, keep building that program up, and you know what I'm saying, keep changing what's going on and making the establishment mad, because that's what I want. I love it.
Vern, final thought before we wrap up.
Final thought, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna talk about something we never talk about, which is baseball. I need everyone to shut the hell up.
Ooh, baseball.
The hell up about the format of the playoffs. Okay, yeah, the better teams.
Thank you.
Yeah, the better teams lost, but guess what? I keep trying to tell people this. The baseball playoffs are exciting because it is different than the regular season. You got pitching matchups. In the regular season, you might have your ace versus someone's 4, right? And then someone's 1 or whatever case may be, injuries, deal. You have a lot of different things. But in the playoffs, it's strategic. It's matchups. So the way teams play you is different in the regular season. Shut the hell up. We're gonna play. This ain't about taking time off 1 and 12. Like, 1 and 12. Nobody want to hear that. Show up. Gotta play. So to all people who are Braves fan and Dodgers fan, y'all choke every year anyway. Let's start there. Kershaw had a 1.62 ERA in the game that he started. Acuna missed the MVP. I told you his stats overrated. Didn't do nothing. So I just want everyone to just shut the hell up and get better.
Hey, I love what you taking it to that final thought. That kind of makes me wonder. What do you think is better, playoff baseball or playoff hockey?
Ooh, I think baseball just because of the matchups. It's like, when a manager is in the second inning, right? In the regular season, second inning, you're gonna let your pitcher go. But in baseball, if it's the second inning, and let's say you got a 2-0 lead and the bases are loaded with 1 out or even 0 outs, what are you doing in that situation? A manager could, depending on the game, pull his starter and do a bullpen game the rest of the game. That would never, ever, ever, ever happen in the regular season. And that change is what makes the difference between playoff baseball and regular season baseball, which is why you win this game and you might lose another game. So I think the better managers and the teams that hit with runners in scoring position. Look at Bryce Harper, for example. He had a clutch home run to break that game open against the Braves. If he doesn't hit that home run, the Braves might win that game. You know what I'm saying? So it's about your best players playing the best they can at the right times. It is something that I watch all the games. The Brewers, the Diamondbacks. I don't even watch those games, but I just love seeing the strategy and how you go out putting the left-hand pitcher in just for one at bat. Literally, just get this guy out and we take you out the game in the 6th inning.
So you think that's more intense than a 2-2 hockey game in the playoffs?
Yes,
absolutely. And here's why. Because Vern started on the point, and he's right. Playoff baseball, you coach to win today. You don't worry about tomorrow.
Yeah.
There is no scenario in hockey where you coach just for today. Like, you're never going to take your goalie out after the first period. You're never going to adjust your shift lines after the first period. You're going to stay true to what your shift lines were. But in baseball, I don't care what game 2 looks like because I need to win game 1. So if my closer got to pitch the 8th and 9th inning, that's what it's going to happen.
Even Strasburg close the game in the Nationals.
Right.
How is that more intense than a 2-2 hockey game in the playoffs?
Because the drama is set differently. The drama is set around today. NHL hockey playoff games, there are teams who will concede on the game knowing like, all right, but we still got tomorrow. In baseball, you're never going to see a team concede on today's game.
Wait. It's the same format.
No,
it's the best out of 7. So how does
no. It doesn't matter. Let me ask you a question. If the Capitals are down 3-0 in the game, are they gonna pull their goalie out
in the first period?
Oh, and go empty net
in the first period?
Not empty net. Are they gonna switch their goalie?
No.
Right, but in baseball, you saw Clayton Kershaw got lit up in game 1. Immediately, he's out the game. We're going to the bullpen.
Gone.
Right now, if the Dodgers could have won game 3, Kershaw would have came back in game 4, and now it would have set the drama of like he only pitched 1 inning, so now he's fresh enough to possibly win this game, and it sets the pace. You look back at the history of Major League Baseball playoffs. Look at the Kurt Schilling Sox situation. Look how many times pitchers come back on 3 days rest.
Crazy.
In hockey, you never get that in hockey because it's gonna.
You gonna really bring up the catch up Kurt Schilling shit?
It doesn't matter. It's the drama of the moment. It's the drama of the moment.
Patrick Corbin pitched a game and then pitched in relief like 2 days later. Strasburg would never come into a game as a relief pitcher in a regular season ever.
I'm gonna give you an example. Hold on. I'm gonna give you one of the best examples. Right, in 2001 when the Diamondbacks beat the Yankees, the only advantage that the Diamondbacks had over the Yankees was that they had Schilling and Randy Johnson. That's the only advantage they
what
had.
year did you just say?
2001. I'm
Okay.
giving you these are
So we're going to go back
legitimate examples.
22 years. All right.
It doesn't matter. These are examples. What I'm saying
Let's
is
go ahead.
the only advantage they had was that they had Schilling and Randy Johnson. That's the only advantage they had. Nowhere else did the Diamondbacks had an advantage. They were losing 3-2 in the series, right? Randy Johnson pitches game 6 and then comes out of the bullpen in game 7.
That would never happen.
Because right, that would never happen in hockey. There is no scenario where it's like, oh, our best player who isn't playing in game 7 now gets to come out in game 7. But in Major League Baseball, you can bring out your best weapon in game 7 on short notice. No other sport allows you to do that because there's no situation.
It's crazy. It's literally insane. It's situations that will never happen in the regular season happen in the postseason. And that's why I think the teams
that shit happened with the Nationals a couple years ago when
that's what Vern was saying though. Only in baseball, if you have that one unique advantage, right? That year that the Nats won it all, you had Scherzer and Strasburg. So you got two of the best pitchers.
Was going crazy.
And you got some of the best pitchers. So you know in the back of your mind, listen, I know you pitched yesterday, but all I need is like 45 pitches today.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you can give me like 45 pitches today, that might be enough to win.
That's why Patrick Corbin got the extension. He pitched and he came in and gave them innings against the Astros.
And that was a horrible contract, just like the Strasburg contract was. And that's why the Nationals are now.
You would never give back. You would never give back that ring. You would never give back that ring. You would never give back that ring.
Oh no, I'm definitely not giving it back. But I wouldn't have gave Strasburg that money after that.
Hey, but you.
I mean, that's not what I'm. That's not. How the fuck we get on? That's my bad, I guess. we talking baseball. We ain't never done this on this show.
But to Vern's point, that is the beauty of Major League Baseball playoffs. You see things that you know you would. First of all, you would never see in a regular season a pitcher come on short rest. There's no reason for him to pitch on short rest. But if you're a really good manager, you know how to manipulate that, and you know how all right, he don't have it today, so I'm gonna pull him out of inning early because now that might save him an extra 25, 30 pitches that I can bring him back on 3 days rest. If you got a really good manager, he can do that. That's the uniqueness of Major League Baseball playoffs. And honestly, I think we're headed back to a rematch. I think we're going to get the Phillies against the Astros in the World Series. Enough people don't talk about it. The Astros might be the modern day Yankees for what they've done over the last 7-8 years. The Astros might be that.
Yeah, they doing things, man. I can't believe that's my bad. I can't believe I took this show to a baseball forum.
I love it. What? We got to get into that too. And shout out to Dusty Baker. He don't get enough credit. He's an amazing man.
Oh,
he don't get
I met Dusty. Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Yeah, shout out to him for sure.
Dusty. Fellas, we're gonna be back next Friday. We got more picks for the people. We're gonna be 1 week close to the NBA, so we might have to sprinkle in a little bit more NBA talk as we get into next week.
Yeah.
But
sure, we might need to do an NBA preview next week.
Will, you let me know what your schedule is looking like. If we got to do a midday show, we're gonna do a midday show.
I'm definitely tuning in for that.
Bro, just holler at me, man. I can get with you when I can. You know what I'm saying? Just holler at me.
We're gonna make it work. Listen, for my brothers, Will Gordon, Vernon Brownlee, I am Eric Sanchez. We are the opinionated ones. We're live every Friday night, and we'll see you guys next week. We out of here.